But now it's sending data. Sending data. I'm feeling good about this.
It's coming.
I can feel it. I can feel it coming. Wow, we're getting a lot. Oh, it's streaming. We're on.
Oh, hello, YouTube.
YouTube, sorry about that.
Hello.
We've been having some technical malfeasance.
We are live.
So hopefully we should be able to see the comments on here now.
We will see. Magic.
Magic. Yes, Mark Iverson.
Absolute magic.
Ryan does rock. Ryan is our ghost in the machine.
Ryan's the man.
And now we're live on the YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Ryan is
YouTube.
a wizard.
Ryan is a wizard.
Folks, let
Ryan
me tell
the
you
wizard.
something. I am in Germany, several hours forward. Possible that you see my message in a few hours. Yes, 7 hours from where we're at. But no, we've just seen it.
Yes.
We've seen it, you all.
We were just there in sweet Germany.
Adam Baum says it's the ghosts of the lost crew of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You know, the legend lives on. From the Chippewa on down. Big Lake they call, get you goomy. Yes, today is the 50th anniversary of the sinking of that bold vessel.
Ooh.
And I remember it well, actually. I was 9 years old when it happened, but I remember the terrible storm that day and that evening. We woke up the next day to the horrible news that ship went down. And then a few years, not very long afterwards, we heard the dulcet tones of our Canadian friend, Gordon Lightfoot, singing that savage selection. Can you dig it?
A timeless classic.
It is a timeless classic. Good evening, Gregory Cockery from Gloucester. Gloucester. I can't remember how to say that. I'm sorry, Howard. I screwed that up for you. Yes, 50K followers now on the old YouTube channel.
Yeah,
we appreciate that.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for clicking and subscribing to our show.
We appreciate it, y'all.
We did return from Europe last Thursday evening. We got in around 10 p.m. And it's been quite a time getting used to the... let's see. What is this? Someone just left a very, very long message on there. I don't know. I'll have to read that later. I can only read 1 or 2 sentences at a time. I'm sorry, Vivian. Vivian, my here. All right. Since we are live now, folks, we're going to tell you about this doggone competition.
A giveaway.
We did a giveaway, and we had people sign up, and leaving a name was optional, which is unfortunate now, as, of course, we cannot read the entire
name,
email address, as, of course, then that person could be plagued by various individuals. Yes. We don't want to give away the person's email address. And then Dylan thought, well, let's leave a couple letters out. And I thought, no, why don't we just read the first part of the email, not give the suffix, so that you don't know what's happening. So we're going to start, and we're going to give that person, we're going to email the person after this is done. And then we will give them 72 hours to respond.
Yeah, 72 hours to get back. And then if they get back, they get the prize. But we also have a backup list of randomly selected people. We used I believe it was seed-verified randomizer to make sure it was completely random. So there's 5 more names in the can. In case there's not a response, or it was, somehow went through the cracks. So 72 hours to get back on the email, but we're going to read the first part of the emails and leave out the @ so you're not getting spammed by randos and mutants.
Yes.
So you'll be able to claim your prize.
That's correct. Mike Reha, what's going on, Daddy-O?
Claim your spoils.
A little bit of that Anigo Fury in the house. I can dig it. Yeah, name optional, right?
You shall claim your spoils.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the winner of the... I got to start over here again. Doggone it. I don't like my phone.
Going up the list.
Hang on, let me find it. Giveaway winners. Here we go. All right, so the winner of the signed Greg Koch Blues vinyl or CD, the first part of the email I'm just going to read out. Hopefully you're watching. If not, we will email you.
Yes.
And you'll have 72 hours to respond.
72 hours, y'all. Get back to it.
It is M.B. Mooney. M.B. Mooney, ladies and gentlemen. Are you out there, M.B. Mooney? Mooney.
Mooney.
M.B. Mooney. MB Mooney's in the house. Hopefully he's in the house. If not, we will email you, MB Mooney. I'm having a hard time talking. All right, the winner of the Lil Heat pedal. Lil Heat. A lot of people say, what does that pedal do? And I said, you know what? It gives you a little heat.
Lil Heat.
Sometimes you're playing some music and you want a little more heat. What are you going to do? You're going to step on a button that says Lil Heat.
That's right.
Okay. Here we go. This individual has the first part of an email that says, Whisper Thieves.
Whisper Thieves.
Whisper Thieves.
And
That's like, I'm going to steal from you. I'm going to steal from you. Whisper Thieves. I'm going to do some crimes. I'm going to steal your cakes. I'm going to steal all your Halloween candy. You hear that? That's what a whisper thief does.
hate me.
The hate.
Yes.
All right, listen. So, as I said, Whisper Thieves has won the Little Heat pedal. We're going to email Whisper Thieves, and we're going to say, you won a pedal, but you don't have to steal it.
72 hours.
You got 72 hours, Whisper Thieves. And guess what? We're going to have a Scream Giver. Then we're going to give it to Scream Giver. Can you dig it? Adam Emerson says, I know a whisper fart.
A whisper fart.
That sounds like
A very polite man.
a very polite, a bringer of the food ghosts. Have you heard that expression for farts? Food ghosts. I think that's a good one. You feel free to
believe,
use that, y'all, and you're welcome. So tonight, when you're with your family and you discharge some gas, you can say, who's responsible for that food ghost? Okay. All right, moving on. Lisa Elaka says, bought a Little Heat to give as a gift to my guitar instructor. Need it signed.
Beautiful.
Well, next time we're playing in your neighborhood, Lisa, you come on out. We'll sign that sucker up.
Lil Heat.
Little Heat.
Lil Heat.
Say it loud and sing it proud. All right, we're moving down the list. Hey, Chris Fingerhoods.
Yeah,
Chris
buddy.
Fingerhoods. He's over there in the Netherlands, Holland, if you please. In there in the Netherlands.
Whisper but deadly.
Demonic food ghost. Ah, well,
They can be.
they can be. All right, moving on to the Koch Monster pedal. Actually, you know what? Let's do Gristle King pedal first because we're kind of going up.
We're going up the ladder here.
Going up the ladder. All right, the winner of the Gristle King pedal. What is the Gristle King pedal? A glorious unit, ladies and gentlemen. It provides a clean boost and a sinuous overdrive as well. Yes. Put those two together, you know what you get? Power!
Power.
Unlimited power of musical congress.
Yeah.
Anyone who uses that pedal is entitled to immortality. That's not true.
You got to read the fine print.
Gotta win the fine print. Results may vary. Woo! Okay, Gristle King pedal is going out the first part of his email address. He or she's email is weekstypes_0i. Okay?
You have won.
Weekstypes_0i.
You have won.
You have won a Gristle King. You have won a Gristle King. That is going to be your thing. Oh.
Victory.
Victory is yours. Weeks types.
Weeks tight.
Now listen, again, we're going to email you right after this broadcast.
Yes, and you got to respond.
How long?
72 hours.
72 MF hours.
And then there's a backup list.
And then we're going to work on to our next victim.
Oh.
But hopefully this will all go as planned, and we'll email the individual. They'll be so excited.
I think they will be.
And they'll get back and they'll say, boy, I feel so powerful.
I think they will.
Elmo Jones says, playing any music today? No, Elmo, it's giveaway day.
Giveaway day.
It's giveaway and wiseassery day, and let me tell you, that is entertainment in and of itself.
But we do have 2 months back, and we are going to be doing quite a bit of online activity, y'all.
Yes, we are. We're going to be changing the room around here a little bit. Toby's going to bring down a rig, and we are going to start doing live streams with the Toblerone.
And perhaps some workshops if y'all are interested in such activity.
We're going to be up in our inner Google game, y'all. Okay? All right, there you go. All right, now we're moving on to the Koch Monster pedal. Yes. Not the Monster Supreme, mind you, But the Koch Nest Monster pedal, which features 4 glorious jam pedals, the Tube Screamer type effect known as the Lucy Dreamer.
Yep.
We've got the Eureka Fuzz on board that rascal.
That's right.
We've got the Harmonious Monk harmonic tremolo.
Boom.
And then the Delay Llama. 4 delicious increments of pedal power, all in a delicious orange casing, emblazoned with the creature known only as the Koch Nest Monster. Okay, here we go. The winner of this is Terry Art Herb. Terry Art, and then HURB. That's the first part of the email address. Terry Art Herb. Terry Art Herb. Terry. Wow, that's a good song called Terry Art Herb. And again, what are we going to do?
Send you an email.
We're going to send you an email.
You got 72 hours.
Got 72 hours.
72.
72.
Count them.
And if we don't have him here back in 72 hours, you know what we're going to do?
Go down the list.
Go down the list.
We're going down the list.
So I think it's important for you all to know that you always got to check your spam folder. Am I right?
Check your spam folder. And all mail and all that.
Basil, you know what? You've not lost yet. We haven't given away the grand prize, which is the Gristle ST guitar, just like this one I have right there. See that one like that? Look at that. The Gristle ST and Avocado Burst, featuring the Fishman single with pickups in the GK iteration.
It's so pretty.
It's so damn good looking.
It's pretty.
And it sounds magnifico.
And it could be yours.
It could be yours. That winner is, are we ready? Are we ready for the winner?
Oh, is this grand prize? Is this the big poobah?
Hey, Andy Boderman's out there. Andy Boderman, he's slinger of meat,
Slinger of
and
meat.
a keeper of the beat. Keeper of the beat is a slinger of meat and a keeper of the beat. He's a slinger of meat and a keeper of the beat. That's Andy Boderman, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Timmy Steiger, am I late to the giveaway? Well, we're giving away the guitar right now.
We're giving away the Big Daddy.
You can go back and check the earlier part of this video once it's done to find out.
And if you won, you'll get an email.
Yes.
And then you're going to have 72 hours to get back.
You're going to have 72 hours. You got 72 hours. Check that spam filter. Check the trash. Or not trash, the spam.
And all mail.
All right, here we go. The winner of the Doggone Gristle ST by Reverend Guitar is Polls, Polls, .paradox 0x. Okay, that's the first part of their email address.
Yes.
Okay, polls.paradox
Polls. You have
0x. Kind of a strange email. When I looked at that, I thought, is that spam?
Right.
But we don't know. So we're going to give them what? 72 hours, 72 hours, 72 hours to respond to the winning.
72 hours.
And then we're going to move down the list. We've got an ancillary list of alternative winners.
Yes.
Should these people not respond within
randomly selected
72 hours. Can you dig it? Paul's Paradox. Paul's Paradox. Paul's Paradox. What is Paul's Paradox? Ask St. Paul. Is that what?
You said my name wrong. Good one.
Good one, Mike Krause. I see you.
I like that.
A swing and a miss, says Sugar D. So we're going to reach out to those folks after broadcast here. But in lieu of while we got you here, any questions out there? And what's this?
And we should also mention.
Yeah.
That as a thank you for you all to enter the contest, there was 11,000 of you, so thank you very much. 11,000 entries. So as a thank you, we're doing a 15% off to everybody who entered the contest and everybody on the email list. So check your email. If you're on the email list, you're going to get a special discount code for 15% off everything.
On the gear.
On the gear.
Yeah,
All the gear on
all
the
the
website.
pedals from the Koch Nest Monster to loaded pick guards, to Gristle Kings, to Lil Heat pedals, to the P90 pickups. all that kind of stuff.
So you have all had victory.
You have all had sweet victory. Can you dig it?
Woo!
As a result of entering our contest.
Yeah, buddy. 15%.
Thomas Brophy says, can you do an a cappella version of Real Mother For You? I
can't
Wanna buy a new car, but the price ain't right.
I can't beatbox,
Be a damn sight cheaper. Okay, that's enough of that. You get 15%. You get 15%. That's what we're doing, okay?
Yeah, buddy.
How much for a gristle hug? I'm lonely. I'm going to bestow upon you a virtual hug right now. By the powers invested in me.
You don't want to do that.
By the forces of Gristle.
You don't want to bestow a virtual hog.
A virtual hug. But
hog.
Not a hog. That sounds inappropriate.
Never mind. It was a hug.
The food ghost is at it again. Do you have to use the 15% option within 72 hours? Mark, that sounds like fun. But no, we're going to give you until
11/26, I believe.
11/26.
Yeah.
11/26. 11/26.
Yes.
Drew Frassard says, what is the best way to figure out what pedals you need for a bassy metal guitar sound? I'm digging to make my own sound already. You know, Drew, that is entirely up to you. Any pedal you get and you want really low-end thunder, you just got to mess around with the tone control. And any, kind of high-gain pedal, you're going to be able to get a viscous tone. I'm a virtual hog, says Matty K. Creed, says Midnight Molly.
Creed!
Let me take you higher.
That's right.
I
I wonder if Mark Tremonti entered our sweet contest.
Yeah, you never know.
I think he did.
I'm a virtual hog.
I think in spirit he was there.
Chris Webb says, coupon code coming in email very soon. Yes, it is.
Coming,
yes,
y'all.
it is. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Justin Johnson, hello from Birmingham, UK. And they were at the Jam House. We appreciate that.
Victory.
We had a good time at the Jam House. We had a good time at all of our gigs. How did your valve stand up to touring? Any amp issues on tour? No, we were good.
Yeah.
I did notice that the amp that I used in the UK grunged up a little earlier than the amp I used in the EU. For whatever reason, maybe the tubes were a little saggier. That's a technical term. The tubes were saggier.
The tubes.
Can you dig it? Boss Metal Zone for all your bassy metal needs. Not a bad idea, Mike Burrell. Mike Burrell, he's gonna tell. Mike Burrell. What's your favorite Fender amp combo? Greetings from Belgium. Well, I have a lot of different combo favorites. The Super Reverb, as you can see behind me over yonder here somewhere. But these little Vibroluxes right here, they're from 1995. They came out with the custom Vibrolux amp in the Cream Tolex. I've got two of them there. See, that's the original one I had, or it's over here. I've used that on many, many recordings. They no longer make that amp. They made it up until about, I want to say about 10 years ago, maybe. But that was one of my favorite combos for show. One of my all-time favorites is the Fender Pro Junior. Lately, when I'm doing my little videos on Instagram, it's just me going into a Fender Pro Junior, and then I take the out of the Fender Pro Junior and go into my old Marshall 412 bottom, and that is a sound of great, great power.
Great power.
Tommy Mitchell says, are these all fake emails? I have no idea, but we'll find out within 72 hours.
In 72 hours, we're going to find out.
And guess what? We're going to keep on saying, okay, if the next people don't respond in 72 hours, we're going to give the next people 72 hours and then see what happens. Steve Atkins says, no AC30s. I do like an AC30. I don't have any right now. I had an AC30 for a while. I gigged with that rascal for a bit. I noticed that when the AC30 got warmed up, you'd reach a ceiling of, it would compress at a certain level, and you couldn't get it to, no. It's like, ooh,
Could not escape.
Wow, that was a little violent. I want to apologize for that. And then I had a little matchless lightning, which was a kind of low wattage AC30-ish Class A kind of thingy. But I don't have that anymore either. But what can you do? Are you laughing at something?
Yeah, I like that comment right there. From whisper farts to virtual hogs, this channel's got it all.
Yes, it does. A lot of entertainment here.
We got it all.
Kubi Narb says, favorite album of all time, Dylan?
Favorite album of all time? Damn, that's hard. I think the album that gave me the most light bulb moments as far as what I wanted to do was that How the West Was Won, that live record by Led Zeppelin. I remember listening to it in the green old minivan and hearing the Immigrant Song just blasted live, just at blistering volumes in the
You know what he's speaking of? He's speaking to the quality of his parenthood.
Yeah, that was a good, decent upbringing, man.
Because I said,
well done.
Guess what, kids? It's Zeppelin time.
That's right.
Now buckle up.
Yeah, I just remember sitting in that van and hearing that just, like the world exploded. So I'd say that one, but it's hard to pick. It's hard.
Yes. It's hard for me to pick my favorite. I think my favorite, if I had to have one record to listen to for the rest of time, it would be Silence. No, I'm just kidding. It would be Axis Bold as Love by Jim Hendrix. Jim Hendrix. Oh, here's a good one, Paul. I see you. Paul says, what was your favorite breakfast during the European tour?
Oh, the English breakfast, by far.
English breakfast. We got some rashers. We got some bangers.
Yeah, if you want some whisper farts during the day, I'll tell you.
They're not so whispery. They're full-throated.
Eat some of them beans in the morning.
You know, when you got some baked beans for breakfast, along with some, they call bacon. It's basically fried ham.
Yeah, it's ham.
It's like ham that's been browned up a little bit, but it's wicked.
Delicious. It's amazing.
And then, of course, the mushrooms. And the tomato.
Yep.
Delicious.
Fantastic.
Can you dig it? I hope one day you come to Argentina. We hope so too, Rodrigo. One of these days we'll get there, and we will rock with the intensity of 1,000 suns. Black pudding. Sugar D asked, no, we did not have the black pudding.
I had it the first day. I ate it the first day.
Yeah, I can't handle it. Steve Atkins says, your Hammond guy, sorry I forgot his name, it's Toby Lee Marshall.
Toby!
Is that the Hammond pedals or lower tier keyboard? Love his playing. Yes, Steve, he's using his left hand, and when he has his rig in the US of A, we have he's got like a digital B on top that is specifically for his left hand to do bass notes, and that's going into a bass amp, and then his actual B3 is for all of his actually organy stuff. Organy stuff. Some people, of course, on the internet go, what do you need? And there's always a purpose for why we do stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not because we thought, I'm just shooting in the dark until someone online points us out to the error of our ways. No, it's because he wants to hear the sound of the bass not coming through the Leslie. So that device on top is going into a bass amp, and there's a direct out of the bass amp so he can get like this pure bass signal so that his screaming B3 can do other things. Can you dig it?
Indeed.
Hi from Cincinnati. Have you ever demoed the guitars at Wildwood while making the video? You just play one, and that is a keeper. That is a good question, and yes, that has happened. Luckily, it hasn't happened enough that I have been able to maintain some level of solvency and a happy marriage. But I have procured a few guitars. But I think one of the reasons why the Wildwood videos has worked so well is that I am thinking about buying each one as I'm playing it. I'm going, should I take this home back with me to my lair?
That'll get you.
Christopher Ray asks a very significant question, ladies and gentlemen. He asks as follows, if I may quote it. How often do you get boogers on your picks? And my answer to that is not often enough, because there is nothing to infuse your playing with more urgency and soulfulness than a salty blancmange fresh from your nostril cavity, sticking to that orange pick, finally solidifying, adding a little bit of tone nougat, if you will.
Nougat.
Thank you, Nostril Nougat. Thank you, Nostril Nougat. The Fiesta Telly, Paul asks. I didn't see the first part of that. I still have the Fiesta Telly. And you know what Fiesta Red means? It means it's party time. Yeah, you mean that was one that I bought there. Actually, I specifically shopped for that because when I did the deal with Fishman and I had the new Telly pickups and the new strap pickups, I thought no better way to exemplify their powers than to put them on a Wildwood 10 guitar. So next thing you know, I picked out that 55. I picked out two 55 Tellys. One was a blonde one, which Larry Fishman kept and is at the Fishman Lair out there in Boston area. And then I took the Fiesta Red version. And then there was a blonde 57 Strat that I kept. And then there was a Rosewood version that is also at the Wildwood Lair.
Wildwood.
Can you dig it? Mm-hmm. Can you dig it?
That's right.
I thought there were boogers and plastic picks. I thought there were boogers and plastic picks. I don't know what that means, but I say yes.
I think you're right.
LOL blancmange. Yes. So it's like getting too highbrow. You're right, Lance. We've really taken this broadcast to a sophisticated level. Adam Baum says, sick, grotesque, twisted mind. You're welcome, Adam Baum.
Yes. That's how we roll, y'all.
That's how we roll. Oh, listen to this. Baz Johnson says, never mind the nose clag. Throat oysters are where it's at. You're doggone right. Hey, whatever gets you to the getting.
That's right. Richie Blackmore or Jimmy Page?
Yes. I'm going to say yes. You know, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, this propensity online for who's underrated and who's the best, or when they're interviewing someone and they say this person or that person, this person or that person, or who's the greatest of all time.
There ain't one.
There ain't.
There ain't one.
I thought it was very good. I saw Simon Kirk being asked a question because Bad Company just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they were asking him questions like, you played with Ringo. Was Ringo underrated? And he's like, look, no one played the parts that Ringo played. He came up with cool stuff that was appropriate for the song, and no one would have really thought of that stuff. He was in the right place at the right time, did the right stuff. Yeah. And then they're like, well, how about John Bonham? And he's like, John Bonham was awesome at what he did, but could John Bonham play the stuff that Ringo played? No, he would have played it completely differently and maybe not even had the same things. Like, people are really good at what they're good at.
Right.
And that's it.
You are who you are.
You are who you are. Dig it. It doesn't have to be a fight.
Rock fight.
Where's the scat? Where's the carcass? That's my motto for the Sasquatch. If they exist, where's the scat? Where's the carcass? I think that is...
it all comes back to poop.
Really. It really does. Jared123 says, tell us about Favored Nations. I was on Favored Nations... back in the day, 2001 and 3, I had 2 records. The Grip was the first one, which was a compilation of my previous records plus like 5 new tracks. And then the second one was Radio Free Gristle. And they both contained glorious, glorious, crazy jams. Let's see. When you go to a guitar shop and someone starts playing a song, what song is a no play for you? Well,
thank you, Stephen.
I don't really. Yes, thank you, Stephen Works. We appreciate that stipend of currency.
We appreciate it.
I really don't have a no-go. If anyone is blaring really loud in the music store, anyway, I kind of just run. I run to the hills. Let's see what else we got here.
Lizard people, what's your opinion?
Lizard people, what do. It would be fun to play with all of those guys. Boogeyman asks about a thing with Guthrie Trapp and Red Volkart and the Mighty Duke Levine. I'd be all over that. That'd be fun. What was the other one?
I wouldn't read that, but it's funny. What the hell?
Oh, okay. So there's some things we can't say online that would be even a little crazy, but we appreciate the commentary. What do we got up here once? Let's see what we got. Is that not going up? Oh, sorry, we can't rewind. We can't rewind there. It's not a touch sensitive.
The raffle off T-shirts after the feeds.
Let's see what we got here. Let me go up here. Oh, here we go. Ginger Baker didn't like Bonham, and Bonham was a Ginger fan. Life is strange. Well, Ginger was kind of a curmudgeon.
Yeah, he wasn't a nice man.
He had his moments. I did have a evening with Ginger Baker one time. Have I told this story? He was doing a clinic at a store that I worked at for a period of time in the early 90s. This is probably 1990, 91. I had a glorious mullet. Oh, folks, I wore the shit out of that mullet. And we were hanging out. I worked in the guitar department. Ginger Baker was coming, and I was a huge Cream fan. And all things Ginger Baker, I was down with. And everyone was scared because they had heard these stories about Ginger Baker, and we were instructed, don't set up his drum kit, just leave everything on the ground. He's going to come in, and he's going to set it up by himself. No one bother him as he does this. And so sure enough, we're all waiting. The stuff's all out. There was like a rug, and there was the hardware and the drums all stacked up. And all of a sudden, this guy walks in, and he's in this army jacket, and he's got a pipe hanging out of his mouth, and he just comes in, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's Ginger Baker. So Ginger comes in, and he starts setting up the drum kit, and I just hear him say, I hate, loathe, and detest setting up a drum kit. Just to no one in particular, just kind of a affirmation of hate. And so he set up the kit, and then a little while later, I went over, hey, Ginger, can I get you anything? He goes, Bacardi and Coke. I said, wicked. At that time, I was a full-fledged indulger of the fermented beverage. And luckily, there was a liquor store that was attached to the music store. So I went over, and I got a big old bottle of Bacardi and some delicious Coca-Cola. And we started tackling that bottle. And then we went to the back room. The owner of the store let us have his room as kind of Ginger's green room. And we went through that bottle before he even went on.
It's going to be a great clinic.
Yeah. And then he came out, and needless to say, we were a little buzzed. And he came out to do the clinic. The place is packed. And I remember he's like, I'm going to start off with a little. And he would really go up on the mic like this. I'm going to start off with a little groove. Watch the hi-hat. And he starts doing this. All of a sudden, one stick goes flying. And he's like looking around for another drum kit. And I just remember the owner of the store just turning around and looking at me like, what, it's my fault? You got the king of debauchery here. I'm just a wingmate.
A facilitator.
A facilitator. And but then, of course, he proceeded to do all kinds of crazy things. But my favorite thing, he was so salty. Yeah. It was like someone would ask him, tell us about Cream, Ginger. Tell us. And he goes, there were two musicians in Cream, me and Jack Bruce. And at that time, Clapton had been playing with Phil Collins. And someone said, hey, Ginger, what do you think about Phil Collins? Oh, I fucking hate Phil Collins. It was pretty funny. And then we went out and got some Chinese food at a place called the Mandarin. And we proceeded to pillage. And he told I can't remember them all, but he told a whole bunch of rhyming limericks. Dirty limericks, of course, they're all rhyming. But he told, and they were the filthiest things ever. They were hysterical. And I can remember one, and I'm not going to tell it on air. But if you see me in person and you want to hear it, let me know, and I will tell you. And then we went in the other room, and the last thing I remember, because we were gassed by this time. I mean,
it'll happen.
We were laughing, and we were drunk as skunks. And I remember I was making up dirty lyrics because we went into at that time the Mandarin had like a little lounge, and there was a guy there with a keyboard, with a an early sequencer of some part, and he's singing songs, and as he's singing, I'm singing my dirty lyric version in Ginger's ear, and he's just sitting there with this pipe going. I was like, you know what? Ginger may have been a hater of all, but he dug him some gristle, and that's all we have to say about that.
That's right.
But yes, he was a drumming fiend and should not be overlooked as a drumming. But rest assured, he thought he was the best ever. But there is no best ever.
He was the man, though. We'll give him that. Ginger was the man.
Yes, he was. I mean, let's see. We had a question up here. Let's see what we got here. Being you're from the Cheese State, have you ever played with Chris Aaron? Yes, I knew Chris Aaron quite well. He was a good fella, and we did play together. Greg, you have shared the stage with many monster guitar players. Who would you like to share the stage with that you haven't with yet? Any guitar players that you would like to jam with? Well, you know what? I've never. My buddy Jimmy Herring, we've only played together like 3 times, and we've talked about doing more. And so at some point we will do that. But you know, me being a huge Allman Brothers fan, I just like to jam with Warren Haynes and Derek. I mean, what's the problem? It's not like it would be a convivial musical conversation. It wouldn't be like, check out my music wiener. Look at it. You know, that's not what it's about. It's it's communicating via music. I would love to be all up and through it. You know what I'm saying?
No guitar wiener fights.
No guitar wiener fights. It's not about that. Everyone's like, oh, you know, when you're in jamming with so-and-so, you ever just want to
show your stuff.
That's not it. You want to make sure it's musical and, you know, the magic happens. Woo!
Yep.
You want that magic? Chris Sensi says, well, first, I love you as a dad. Your connection with your son is, well, beautiful. Well, we get along great, do we not?
That's right.
Yeah,
we definitely do.
Just having fun. The connection of every day I play, but well, within my first band, first thing is camaraderie and enjoying your company and as a friend. That's a fact. Been doing it for 50 years, but I have found what I'm looking for here, like 15 bands, never found it. And you guys aren't drinking. God bless you. You found it. You've lived it. Well, that's a fact. Well, thank you. And that is true because it's, you know, there's so many things that can go wrong in a band.
Yeah.
Especially if you're partying. And
sure
and with, it doesn't matter if you're family or not. Yeah, man.
And you know, watching the Queen's Gambit, it can also happen when you play chess.
Yes. It can.
It'll really mess up your chess game against the Russians.
Let's see. What do we got here? 10 pounds from Baz Jackson. Thank you very much. Fup it. He says, fup it.
He's an OG. Look at that. Fup it.
Lee Child says, Scott Henderson. Yeah, I do love me some Scott Henderson. I've always been a big fan. As a matter of fact, I just was listening to yesterday a record that Scott Henderson did with my buddy T. Lavitz.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jeff Berlin and Steve Smith on the drums. It was a record that came out in the 80s called, I think it was just called The Players. Oh, wow. Yeah. And it's not on any of your streaming services. You have to go on YouTube to find it. You just search The Players and then Scott Henderson. And there's a tune on there called The Freight Train Shuffle, which I believe is a Jeff Berlin composition. And that shit rocks with the intensity of 1,000 Sun. Mm-hmm. And old Scott Henderson unleashes a face burner on there. Stand clear and stand firm. But the song like starts here, it gets to here, it gets to here. And at the end, it does like this culmination chorus that's got like these quasi-classical chord changes and bass lines going in the background. It's insane. And it makes you just, and I was listening to a bunch of old Holdsworth too lately because I used to dig me some Holdsworth back in the day. And you listen to that music and it was intimidating as a child of the 80s. You know, I'm just getting my blues shit together, and all of a sudden you're listening to Alan Holdsworth, and you're like, what? And you're listening to Steve Morris, you're listening to Scott Henderson. I mean, the musical level of these cats was so insane, and that stuff actually sold back in the day. These guys would sell records, and of course nowadays anything that has any kind of, you know, sophistication is well, not, shall we say, embraced by the mainstream, if there is even a mainstream. Fatty Matty says, add Jack Pearson to Jimmy Hall and Reese. Oh, yes. I've played a little bit with Jack. I'd love to play more with Jack Pearson as well. He's an absolute king. And a cool cat, I might add. Check out my music wiener. Yeah. That's a T-shirt. Yes. Yes, yeah. It is. Chicka tikka masala.
I was just watching.
House Burning Down says, came to see at Fat Lil's in Whitney. Great stuff. Loud, LOL. Yeah, we do play a little loud. I did see something. I did see something online the other day, or was it earlier today? I can't remember.
Queen's Gambit mentioned. Yes.
Yes, Midnight Molly.
Midnight Molly.
Midnight Molly. Henderson is a beast. There's just no doubt about it. You don't want to operate the Gristle missile while on the sauce. That's a fact, Jack.
No missiling and driving.
Someone was mentioning, I saw something that led me to, I don't usually go on forum pages anymore because it just seems to be, I'm not speaking for anyone here, but a lot of times it's just malcontents commenting on people, and then as soon as somebody throws shade at someone, it's like people think, oh, now I'm going to join the fray and say my 2 cents about
spiral.
Well, what I don't like about this person, and you're just like, post your own shit so we can hear what you have to offer, mutant.
That's right.
But anyway, someone was going on about, oh, we went to see those guys, and they were needlessly loud. It's like, it's not needlessly loud.
No.
We play as we're comfortable on stage, and sometimes we're in rooms where it's louder than others, and other times we get in rooms where the sound engineer makes us louder than we even are. So, but I like to think of it as like this. Every night's a different thing. We come in, we set up, we get comfortable, we make sure it sounds good on stage because that's where we balance each other out on stage. And then we, of course, we have to match the vocals on top of that. And even though we only do about, maybe 5 vocal tunes a night, we make sure that it sounds good on stage. And then what happens out there, man, it's whatever happens in the moment.
And it's also pretty funny because everybody that complains about volume is around the age that like Led Zeppelin was popular and Jimi Hendrix was popular, and you can see the stacks of Marshalls, and you go, if you would have saw those bands live in the day, you would have died from that volume. Well, your head would have imploded more than likely.
Yeah, but it's not like we're thinking, how can we annoy people?
Yeah, no, it's not about that.
I tell you what, I'm not loud enough that I'm not hurting. So that's never what it's about. It's because, and then somebody goes, maybe Greg's losing his hearing. I was like, what? No, I'm just kidding. But when we're on stage, we're trying to make it so we can hear each other and groove it. And plus, here's the thing I was describing to my buddy Gary when we were having lunch today, is that I can tell when I'm loud enough in a crowd because after having done it for all of these years, I know things have to be at a volume of which I have full command of my dynamic range. Mm-hmm. And I can tell when I get to certain parts of songs if they can hear me right and when they can't. And so things have to be, so we're in control of the dynamics. And a lot of times, if you play really quiet, you're using with a different sound man every night. They don't know when the solos are. Yeah, they don't know when the dynamics are happening.
Nope.
So it's up to us to do it. So a lot of times, not loud, it's an intense vibe. Thank you, Michael Black. That's exactly correct.
Indeed.
There is a level of intensity. And then of course, these are just, again, it was a pile on. Like, yeah, and I was looking for some tasty stuff, and it was all so, it's like, if you don't see the dynamics in what we do in a full night of music, that's on you.
Yeah.
Because there are more dynamics in a show that we do than I would gander of the vast majority of bands that are doing any kind of rock music. And then Johnny Winter was freaking loud. Of course they all were loud. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the thing. And again, it wasn't for the sake of being loud. It's just, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, because people who know, and those who don't.
I think one of the funniest clips I've ever seen was Pete Townsend of The Who talking about their stage volume, and he's like, we weren't really that loud on stage, and then it cuts to a clip of them mashing up their gear, and Keith
right,
smacking both of the cymbals, and I'm like, what planet do you live on?
Right.
Where do you think that was a quiet stage volume? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, and again,
And then there was that kid that got caught in John Entwistle's bass amp. He tried to sneak into the show.
Oh, that's right.
He gets out of the bass amp and his ears are bleeding.
Exactly.
It's like, that was some controlled, tasteful stage volume.
Robert Atkin asks, do I ever use a volume pedal? No, I don't. I've always just used volume swells on the guitar. Patrick Tracy says, we had a guy in Seattle in a band who choked a sound guy. They made it big after that. There you go. I do wear earplugs. I do wear earplugs to help protect with that.
Indeed.
Let's see what we got here. Now, am I saying that we're infallible when it comes to volume? No, but we're doing the best we can in the moment to represent how we play best. And sometimes we're in rooms where Ryan Fitzsimmons says, what do you think, kids? 6 or 7? 6, 7. You guys hip to the 6'7" thing the kids are into? Doggone it, it's crazy.
And when you tell them that we are, in fact, 6'7" inches,
oh, they go crazy.
They lose
How
their
tall are you?
mind.
6'7". 6'7". 6'7". My daughter has been teaching. My daughter Grace has been teaching substitute teaching in schools, and she was at a middle school assembly, And the principal or whatever was talking. He was like, now for grades 6 and 7. And almost like robots, the entire crowd just starts going, 6, 7. 6, 7. It's crazy.
Mind control.
It is mind control. And then some other kid was in a class and he gets his test back and he got a 67%. And he's like, I got a 67%. And they're like, that's not a good grade.
This is a quick pro tip, kid.
He's like, 6, 7?
Not great.
No, that's not in this case. Yeah, we're both 6, 7.
Yes.
Do in-ears bother you? You know, we have the system for in-ears. Toby's been playing with in-ears when we're in the States.
Yep.
And we have this new system that's unbelievable. We haven't had a chance to implement it yet. So it's kind of a weird thing. I like to...
I mean, personally, I just haven't used them enough to really have a true preference. But, I mean, I've always used monitors. I've never really had that much of a problem. But, I mean, I guess the only benefit would be is that it takes away the question mark of in the middle of a song, you're going, where'd the guitar go? Where'd the organ go? Where'd the vocal go? I mean, it takes a little bit of that away, but I haven't used them enough.
Clip the 6, 7 part, Dylan.
For the kids.
For the kids.
It shall be done.
Well, yeah, no one really knows what it means. Even the kids don't know what it means, except that it's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like 6 to 7. I mean, I think that's the closest thing that people think that means, but it is funny shit. I will say that.
I have no idea. I've never felt more 30 in my life.
Oh, you're so old. You're 30. Woo!
Hey, man.
Lee Child says, Dylan, what are your favorite drummers?
Favorite drummers, top 5. Let's say John Bonham, Ginger Baker, Bernard Purdy, Steve Gadd. What are we at, 4? Bernard Purdy, and Keith Moon up there too. You know, I loved Keith Moon. You know, quite a bit growing up. Just the bombacity and the wildness of it. I really enjoyed that. But as far as all the others, yeah, I think that covers a lot of the bases. Elvin Jones, honorable mention, great jazz drummer. Max Roach, of course. A lot of the licks from all the Ginger Baker, John Bonham solos were just copy and pasted out of the Max Roach playbook. So he was the man, old Max Roach.
Yeah, can you dig it?
That's right.
6, 7.
6, 7.
I like. There's that as well. You got to get the arms in there going on.
You got to do that.
No Buddy Rich, says Matty K. You listen to Buddy Rich.
Oh yeah. There was that one record where he did the whole.
He did like a.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Mercy, Mercy, Mercy.
He did Mercy, 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 and the. Oh my God, he did that whole play. He did the entirety of. What was that thing in the 50s where it was the Jets and those little street gangs? It was like a ripoff of Romeo and Juliet, that movie.
West Side Story.
West Side Story. He did the entire West Side Story on that record, too.
Oh, Don Brewer would be one, too.
Yeah, John Brewer, of course.
Jeff Porcaro.
Of course.
Louis Belson.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Double kick drum. The father of the double kick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Anywho.
Phil Collins, of course.
Chester Thompson. Well, we listened to some Zappa.
Oh, yeah. Vinny, of course. I mean, Vinny is like, it's hard to argue that he's not technically the best of all time, Mr. Vinny.
Mitch Mitchell, that would be one. You're a Mitch Mitchell.
Of course, yeah. I think I mentioned Mitch already.
And Buddy Miles.
Yeah. Buddy Miles.
Charles Kilometers. Yeah. Charles Kilometers.
Yes.
Frank Beard from The Top.
Yeah, Frank Beard, he's the man. Shuffle master.
Brandon asked, did I win the Avocado Burst guitar? Unless your name is... we did list the winners earlier, but we only have the... I got to go back to my doggone thing. We only have the email addresses right now. So we read the first part of the email address, and we're going to send the people an email after this. And if they don't respond in 72 hours, we're moving down our list of winners. But the winner of the Gristle ST guitar has, the first part of the email is Paul's Paradox, OX. So, Paul's Paradox, Paul's Paradox. Charlie Watts, of course. Who doesn't love Charlie Watts?
Oh, yeah.
I met a Urgent Soak Ballroom Queen and a Schwaben on. I heard a good story. I like to hear stories, especially when they're good. There was a guy that tried out for the Stones as the bass player. I can't remember his name. Johnny A. told us this story.
Yeah.
Actually, our buddy Roscoe Beck tried out for the Stones as well. Had a very good experience hanging out with those guys and playing with them. But there was this bass player, and I can't remember what his name was, but he was kind of a legendary bass player, but also kind of a legendary knob, I guess, for kind of rubbing people the wrong way. Yeah. And so he got asked to audition for the Stones, and he gets in there, and they play one tune, and he turns to Keith Richards and goes, "You're kind of loud, aren't you?" And Keith's like, "What? Huh?" And then they play another song, and they get done with it, and he looks over at Charlie Watts. He goes, "That seemed a little slow." And Charlie Watts looked at him with like no expression on his face. He goes, "Yeah, it speeds up in front of 60,000 people." Needless to say, that guy didn't get the job.
No. Certainly not.
Yes. Jim Gordon, of course, he was awesome.
Yep.
Pan Am Highway Blues, that's a good tune, Patrick McManus. That ZZ Top record, Tejas, is my favorite. Of the ZZ Top. Well, actually, there's a lot of good ZZ Top records, but Tejas is one of my favorites because the tones on there are diabolical. And DeGuelo is another good record of the Top.
What happens in a Schwaben?
What happens on a Schwaben stays in a Schwaben.
A Schwaben.
Lawrence Harrison says, "You guys killed it in the UK. Shame I didn't see Dylan after the gig. I bet he had 5 Geordie women to take care of." Oh, that would have been in Newcastle. No, we did all wholesome behaviors.
That's not how we roll.
That's not how we roll on the road. You're going to find us knee deep in some kind of tasty meal.
Yeah, and pastries backstage.
And pastries backstage. Adam Baum says, "I have a Roscoe Beck signature Fender." That's crazy. Can you dig it? Nick Shuffle says he wrote the quota of Layla. Actually, no, that you said even if his girlfriend claims she wrote it. Apparently she did. Rita Coolidge. She came up with it, and Jim knew it and kind of showed it to the other.
He stole it.
And they stole it.
He stole it.
Yep. Moving Sidewalks, that's the former band of one Bill Gibbons. Can you dig it?
That's right.
We love Newcastle, by the way. What a cool town that is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out there.
Nightlife in Newcastle, crazy. We got a delicious pie and mash.
Yeah, we did at that
a place
Red
called
House.
the Red House.
Oh, that was so good.
The Red House.
I got the what do you call it? The parsley sauce on mine.
Oh, that was good shit.
And that was delicious. And the this mashed peas or whatever, the smashed peas.
Yeah, the smashed peas were happening.
You know what's really great is you eat in England and you go to bed and you're asleep within 5 seconds of touching the
Thank you, England.
It's amazing.
Thank you, England.
Except when you're sleeping in the what is it? The something.
The Travelodge.
The Travelodge. Oh my.
Dylan wasn't a big fan of the Travelodge.
That is probably the most disgusting hotel chain.
I don't know. I like seeing secretions on the carpeting of my room.
Yeah, depending. Yeah.
Secretions on the carpeting. What is that mysterious substance between the carpeting?
I mean, at least they're consistent. They're consistently awful.
Gary Lopez says, "You're making me hungry." Not the stains talk.
Not the stains. Not the stains in the Travelodge.
Not the stains talk. Well, listen, we got to hit the road here, folks. Which mic is best for capturing the Gristletone, SM58 or 57? I usually have a 57 on my amps, by the way. Folks, we are going to send out an email to these winners.
The winners. And also another email for everybody on the email list for the 15% off. All the gear on the website, y'all.
Yes.
As a thank you for all joining this mighty giveaway.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Scooby doggone doo.
Yeah, 11,000 of you guys. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
Stephen Olsen says, "Did you know Paul Barrere?" I knew Paul Barrere very well. We were very good buddies, as a matter of fact. Paul Barrere is actually on my record, Plays Well with Others. He sings the song Night Owl Now, and he plays on Hey Godzilla.
Yeah.
He plays on This Old Town Has a Broken Heart. I used to jam with Little Feat all the time when they'd come into town. I still do, because now my buddy Scott Sherrard is fronting that ensemble, and of course I still.
He's one of the feet.
He's one of the feetsmen. And so, yeah, that's all good.
One of the feet.
Can you dig it? Living the Gristle Dream.
Yes.
Subscribe. Yes, folks, please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some more interesting content coming up here soon. We're going to have Toby come down and bring an organ rig and have it stashed here. We're going to do more stuff. We might do some online workshops and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yes.
KMT Live CD, that's in the offing, my friend. We're working on it.
And an EP that may be coming at some point in time.
Yeah, we got an EP of 3 glorious tunes that I had Neil Dorsman mix. Neil was the producer and engineer on Brothers in Arms.
Yeah.
Nothing Like the Sun. He did Infidels by Bob Dylan. He mixed a bunch of the tunes on Every Street by Dire Straits. He's an old buddy, and he just mixed the shit out of this stuff. Sounds awesome.
He's the man.
So we're going to do probably an EP first part of next year with that. And that's all there is to it.
15% off Midnight Molly.
Woo!
72 hours to respond.
Feats don't fail me now.
72 hours.
All right, folks, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.